Ladies and gentlemen, please make your way to your seats. The show is about to begin.
Well, hey there, cats and kittens, Littermates. Welcome back to Boss Kitty Live. I'm your host, Boss Kitty. Happy Wednesday to all of you. We were not here on Monday because, unfortunately, I've been having some serious back and shoulder and neck pain. Actually went and saw a Wisdom Queen about it this weekend because she's a masseuse. And it's feeling better, but it's still a little bit of problems going on there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm feeling much better though. I really wasn't even able to turn my neck that particular day. Hello everyone. How are all of you? It's so good to see everyone. Mwah. So excited to be here with everyone. There's so many names on the screen right now. We're not going to go through all of them. Just know that I'm thinking of each and every single one of you. So we have a lot of stuff we're going to go over tonight. We've got some announcements I'm going to make, some little things we're going to talk about and discuss. Thank you, Miriam. I am feeling better. And then I'm going to go over the project that we did with our patrons on Saturday because unfortunately my weaving equipment had not there are items missing from my loom, and so we had to order them. They should be here. They should have been here today, so hopefully they'll be here tomorrow so that I can get that loom warped and ready to go, and then we can do our patron-exclusive Fleece to Finish project this Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. That's the plan, at least. We also have a bonus show for all of you wonderful, beautiful people out there. This Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, it's going to be our final fleece to our final tour to fleece night, because that technically ended on Sunday, but most people go through the end of the month anyway, and so that's what we're going to do. I'll give you guys the final scoop on Friday. Hello, Polly. How are you? Oh, thank you. You guys are all so kind. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So what we did on Saturday with our patrons is we went ahead and worked on the fairy door that TK made a mold for. He built it out of clay, made a mold for it, poured the resin, then I primed it and I painted the fairy door. So I decided to go, we discussed it, with an older cedar look for the base of the door. Then we have kind of an oak look for the trees, the limbs right here, and then kind of a patinaed brassy look for the hinges. The patina turned out okay. It's not my favorite. I might still mess around with that, do some more highlights with the brass and see if I like that better. But I'm pretty happy with how... Thank you, Yarn Pirate. I'm pretty happy with how the rest of the door turned out. I think it's pretty cute. I'm going to put some moss and stuff on here. I might make a really tiny little wreath and put a wreath up here on it. So this is going to end up attached to probably the fig tree, maybe the cherry tree. I'm not sure which one. And it's super cute, but we also made a specialty little stoop for it. And here is the clay version of the stoop. TK went ahead and carved this one out as well, and then he had me carve out the stonework. So I had a little bit of a hand in this one. And what's great about it is that he went ahead and made the mold a week or two ago. And then on Saturday, I went ahead and poured the resin into the mold. So that's right here. And I'm going to go ahead and demold this tonight. So that's the very first thing that we're going to do. It's very exciting. We never do stuff like this on this show, right? Look how reflective it is. There were a lot of bubbles in this. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. I've never poured resin before. We also have a D4 somewhere. We're probably going to start with that. There's a D4 in here from the extra resin. As you can see, it kind of went over a little bit, so this is gonna be a hot mess. Doesn't need to be readable either. Oh, Kelly, I love that. So yeah, there's the door. We're gonna go ahead and pull this, and we're gonna pull this. So we're gonna start with this one right here. Oh, there's a piece of fly away Gracie in my eyeball. Okay, so we're just gonna pop the lid off. This is a 2-piece mold that he made out of one of my D4 dice. So you just pop this lid right off. You can see this is called flashing, I believe, and that's when you have the extra resin, and it usually just comes right off, usually just like that. You can already see I didn't get enough in there, so this is not going to be the greatest, but that's okay too. It means that the numbers didn't turn out. Oh man, I suck. Look at this, you guys. It's like part of a D4. Isn't that weird that you had all this extra that squished out, but this right here, like it didn't, I don't know. But you can see I didn't have any bubbles in it. That's good, right? Check that out. There are no bubbles in there. So good on me for that one. There's one little tiny bubble here at the very, very tippy top, I guess. But this is clearly not going to work as a D4, so that's trash. But that's okay. Maybe I can use it in something, right? As like a piece of apocalyptic D&D dice thing. I don't know. It happens. Whoopsie-daisy. It's called a squish and cap mold. I love it. That's the best name ever. And it is a squish and cap. So let's get this off of here. More flashing. All right. So basically what happens is that this goes in. You got a hole right here, right? And you got these two holes right here. So you put this hole here and these holes match up here. And then it's just a little squish and cap. Just like that. Tiny hat. It could be a little tiny hat. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So this is the one that we're the most excited about. So I'm just going to start. We did put some demolding spray in here to make it easier for it to pop out. It's doing a pretty awesome job all on its own right now. So I've got all the edges done. And because this is so shallow, I can really just go like this. And it wants to pop right out. I'm just being silly at this point. It's pretty heavy. Oh my goodness, there are a fair amount of little tiny air bubbles in it. The tiniest, you guys. But I think it'll be okay. I think it'll work out just fine. Let's make sure fits like a champ, just like it's supposed to. So you can glue that in there, but there you go. Fits just like it's supposed to, which is great. So it's supposed to fit like that basically. So this is how it turned out. I know you guys can't see the detail on it very well because of the because it's black, but it's definitely there. You can kind of see it when I do that because you can see the little nubbies. Once we spray paint this with some primer and then we get in here and we actually start painting it, you'll really be able to see that detail. There's a little bit of flashing right here, so what I'll end up doing is I'll take a file or some sand or some sandpaper or something, and we'll just come in here and we'll get this off of the edge right here. It doesn't matter too much because this is going to be on the ground. It looks very realistic, doesn't it? Yeah, it's pretty great. I'm loving it. So good job, TK, and good job me too. Yeah, so there you go. This will probably be painted on a future craft hole, or maybe we'll paint it off screen and show it off on a future craft hole. I just wanted you guys to see what was going on here, some of the cool stuff that we work on craft hole. You know, it's not always just fiber all day long. I could like put my makeup on this. It's so shiny. Okay, so yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we work on in craft hole. And from there, I think I'm going to go into our little bit of an announcement. So if you've been watching Craft Hole, then you are aware that it is on hiatus until sometime in September, I believe. So with that, Boss Kitty Live will also be going on hiatus. We will be going on hiatus after Monday's show. So next Monday will be the last show, and then we're going to have a 6-week break. So we will be gone from the 1st of August. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we will come back the 11th, I think, or maybe the 13th. We'll get that nailed down for you, but probably the 11th of September is the plan. And we've got a few reasons for that. I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. First and foremost, we want to move the studio out into the garage. We want it to be closer to all of the tools that TK can use for Craft Hole and that I can use. And we want it to be closer to the dye studio as well. We really want to be able to incorporate those things into the show so that you guys don't just get spinning shows or knitting and crochet shows with me. You guys can have a full-on fucking dye show, which we think would be really cool. But that means that we have to build the studio out there. TK is going to have the lights put into the ceiling, and we're going to have to connect the camera, and we're probably going to end up with a green screen background for most stuff, honestly. I know it feels super long. We're both having panic attacks about this. I'm not going to lie. We're both pretty freaked out about it. But never fret, never fear, my loves. We will be posting shorts and community posts. We'll still be very active in Discord. There'll still be stuff going on for our patrons. And we're going to start doing member community posts once a week here on YouTube as well. And like I said, we'll still do shorts and things like that. You guys will still get videos from us. You're just not going to have your two times a week, sometimes 3 times a week streaming sessions with us. So yeah, it's a big thing. And the other the other reason we're doing it is because TK and I kind of feel like we're in a rut, honestly. We feel like we're still giving you all the same show that we did on Twitch, and that was never the intent. The intent was to grow from that, and both of us feel like we have lost sight of what that show was supposed to be. I mean, obviously, first and foremost, that show is supposed to be building a community for Boss Kitty, building the Boss Kitty community, and also as a place for us to market our yarn wares, because that is the backbone and meat of our business. Obviously, how many times can I say that in one day? So there's that. But we want to liven it up for you guys. We want to do other things. So when we come back, and we don't have anything hard down as far as what we're going to give you guys, what we're going to provide you. But when we come back, we will have 2 shows a week. One of them will be fiber dedicated, so it's going to be knitting, crochet, spinning, whatever that might be. The second show each week will either be hosted by myself or TK or both of us, and it'll be more of a craft hole type vibe. In fact, it'll probably be called craft hole. That doesn't mean that there won't be fiber related crafts going on that won't be are not allowed on that show, because we will certainly have fiber related crafts on it, but I'll be able to do other stuff too. I'll be able to paint doors with you guys or other miniatures. The resin printer is out in the garage, so you guys can actually help and watch live as we make miniatures, which is amazing. You get you guys' dye shows. Gosh, what else? We can do so many cool things. We can work on character creation if we wanted to. Like, we can do any type of craft we want. I am obsessed with writing. If we want to have a tea show where we make and try different types of tea out of my garden, we can do that. Like the salsa making show. There's a million things that we can do. And we're gonna liven it up a little bit and make the show less uniformed and more about who the chaotic mess of BK and TK are, I think is a good way to put it. So that's, oh, crochet, thank you. That's the plan. We want to grow. We want the community to grow. We want to catch people's eyes, and we don't want to burn out, really. We don't want you guys to burn out, and we don't want to burn out. So we want to liven it up and mix it up a little bit. It will be it's a garage right now. It's being converted into a standalone workshop and studio. And he's not wrong. We're insulating it. We've had a new window put in there. We've had a ton of electricity added out there. There's a reason we're taking 6 weeks off for this. It's not just for us to refresh ourselves, but because there's a lot of work that has to go out there to make this happen. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. A cheese making show. Yes, absolutely, Queen. Also, Queen of Banshee. It's so nice to see you. TK loves to make cheese, so you guys can have a cheese making show with him. There's no reason that can't happen, because we have electric burners out there. He has a source for water. I mean, all of these things can happen out there. There's nothing that can stop us from those things. You're all for a tea show. So am I. You know, we can do some witchy cool shows and stuff like that, where we make like, I have a Russian sage plant outside that I really want to take my besom and to make a new head for it, my broom. Right now it's lavender. I would love to take that Russian sage and try to redo the head of my my broom. So things like that. We're going to be all over the place, but in a good way. So we've been doing a version of this show for 4 years. Yeah, that doesn't mean that the things that you guys love won't still be here. I'll still be here with ears and a vest on. We're still going to crochet. We're still going to knit. We're still going to do tutorials. We're still going to spin. We're still going to talk yarn, because those are my favorite things, and I don't ever want to stop doing that. I just want to add some more stuff in there that livens it up for you guys, catches other people's attention as well, and keeps it fun and exciting for me and TK. Hopefully we'll also be able to have guests again, because the space out there is so big. There's so much extra space that we should be able to have extra people on the show, not just through a Zoom call, but like physically there with us. Maybe we can finally do our soda stream show. Oh my god, it'd be so exciting. So that's the plan, and that's where we're going with that. Dad jokes, yeah, we're not getting rid of the dad jokes. We can make the ZD out in the studio. Exactly. You guys are getting it. You're getting it now. And with that in mind, send me your ideas. I can't guarantee we'll use them, but I want to hear them. I want to hear the things that you guys want to see on this show. Craft Hole, all of it. We want your ideas. We want to know what makes you excited. So please send those over to us. SodaStream. For those of you who don't know what the SodaStream is, we were a long time ago in a galaxy far away, we were talking about different types of soda or pop, depending on where you're from. I had never tried pineapple Fanta, I think is what it was, and I still haven't. I've held off all these years. And we were going to do a soda stream where I had a friend on and we had a bunch of different sodas that you guys recommended. We were going to order them off Amazon or wherever we had to order them to have them come in. And we were going to do a blind soda tasting test to see which sodas we liked best, to guess what each one was, to see how to recreate. It was going to be a ton of fun. And it just never happened. COVID hit. So hopefully now I can do that. I'm glad you guys are excited about this. I will miss you, obviously, through all of this. But like I said, we're going to be active in Discord. We still have a make-along going on, as an example. We'll do shorts here on the show or on YouTube. You guys will have community posts. With that, it leads me into my next section. So you will notice that there are 2 different levels of membership now on YouTube. We have a level that is as low as 99 cents a month, and then we have a $1.99 level. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail about what those different things are. You can actually read about them. It should all be on there. It's pretty simple and basic right now. I will let you know that members will get a members-only community post once a week moving forward. So that's one of the things that we want to add. And then patrons, we'll have some extra content for you guys at least every 2 weeks. So you guys will still get your content as well. I promise. We're not going to just drop off the face of the earth for 6 weeks. And then COVID. Womp, 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 womp. Oh, and you guys make me happy. It is definitely important for you to do what you need so you can still feel very much so. It's hard, right? It's hard to do the thing that you love professionally and not burn out on it, which I have not done yet. This is TK's little worm, by the way. It goes with my little fairy door. Okay, I think those are all my announcements, except for one more. Speaking of patron goodies, remember I was telling you guys that there was a big surprise coming your way for patrons? So I will be revealing the thing that we're going to drop for patrons. I will reveal it on Monday during our last show. And then it will be available that Tuesday, so August 1st. And it's going to be available at 10% off for the first 48 hours to our patrons. It will be available exclusively to our patrons until, I think it's the 18th. I don't even think it's the 18th. I have to ask TK. I think it's like a week and a half or 2 weeks. I have to ask TK. We'll have more details on this on Monday, obviously. And then it'll be available to the public. And yes, there will probably be pre-orders for it as well. So there you go. There's all the vagueness that I'm going to hop on down to you. Hello, Jessica. How are you doing today? If extra content is pictures of kitties, I would love that. It could be pictures of kitties. I did mention your little worm. This little worm. Okay, let's get to it, you guys. First of all, it's 6:48. So before we even get started... Whoopsie-daisy. You have a sneak. Do tell. I want to know what your guess is, Ginger. I won't tell you if you're right or wrong. I just want to know what your guess is. Okay, so I know that we just came here, but it's time for Wheel Goodies and Group Mops because that's how we roll, apparently. Ooh, all the vagueness. Okay, so let's get the boring legal stuff out of the way, and then let's pick a winner. It's playtime. Tina, thank you. That was super loud. I didn't know it would be that loud. I don't know which one it is. I never mess with it. Oh, that's a good guess, Ginger, for sure. That is a good guess. Oh man, that would be a big release. DK Kitty Glitter. Whoo! Whoo! Woo! It's a great one, though. I like that. Okay, so who was the winner? Bubble Toes. Hold on, Bubbles. You're not on my list. What? Congratulations on being the first contestant tonight on the Wheel of Goodies and Goof-em-ups. There it is in all its beautifulness. Ooh, crochet, I like that too. Don't rub that wheel. Okay, Bubbles. He didn't touch the wheel. This is all you. For those of you who are just checking in with us, hello! This is our beautiful wheel. It's got a few things on it. We've got Yarn Tarot, Game Over. We've got Ravelry patterns for $10 or Ravelry patterns for $5. I'm getting some yarn out here. We've got merch codes for stickers and for stickers and buttons. We've got Blinky rolls where you could win some free yarn. We've got adjunct animal sounds. We've got dad jokes back, which is very exciting. And then we've got free shipping for international and domestic, both. So we're going to go ahead and spin this wheel for you. Because the wheel hates you. The wheel doesn't hate you. Look, it's a $5 Ravelry pattern. The wheel loves you.
Congratulations, you're a winner.
You are a winner. Congratulations. That is one $5 Ravelry pattern just for you, Bubbles. You know how to do this. Just message me on Discord with your Ravelry username, which I think I already have, and which pattern you want. And I'm going to scoot this way just a little bit. Wheel, we'll see you in half an hour.
Good night and goodbye.
Okay, so here is, we're working on a make-along right now. We are working on the crocheted socks. I'm working on the crocheted socks by Alt Knots. Shout out to Alt Knots in this great pattern because it really is a fantastic pattern. I am having a little bit of a problem though. I'm working on my my heel flap on it. Right here it is in all its beauty, and I'm doing it in Hazel Bear. But the problem is look how my heel flap's going, you guys. It's wonky. I don't know what's happening, but it's going this way and this way. I have the right amount of stitches, so it's not that. I don't know what the issue is, and I know that there are a lot of people in here who have made this particular pattern before, so I'm hoping maybe somebody has some idea of what the hell I'm doing. If not, I'm just going to frog it, and we're going to start over again on this heel flap. You recognize, so we've got Bruiser, Forest Park, go ahead and talk, and Clockwork. Check out how sparkly they are, though. Isn't that amazing? Bruiser is like so good. And then here's Clockwork. It's just BKDK. BK working on socks, which is weird, and I don't even have one on the needles. Finally making a sock. You're doing the Hobbitown pattern. Carmen, that's exciting. Very sparkly. The heel flap is drunk and needs to go home. Thank you. The heel flap is drunk and it needs to go home. I agree with you. Also, look at my beautiful latte. Okay, so it's supposed to do that. It's not that it's curling. It's that it's veering off to like Crazy Town over here. If it's supposed to do this, one stitch too early and the last stitch is too soon. Maybe. I'm killing you by showing you the greens. Excellent. Did I pick up too many stitches? Maybe if the stitch count, but you messed up your reinforced stitches. Maybe. Oh, it doesn't. It's weird that you don't have socks on your knees and that I'm working on socks. Okay, so in the spirit of being okay with try again, even though I'm supposed to trust the process, and I agree with that, absolutely. I really am concerned with this happening though, so I don't mind the curling. I'm going to frog it back to here. We'll follow the instructions again and see where we get. Oh, do I have a milk steamer? I don't have a milk steamer. We put the milk in the microwave, and then we have a little milk frother that I use. TK really wants to get a milk steamer. Right now, I'm like, we're trying to convert a whole entire garage into a huge studio. I don't want a milk steamer right now. So we're just gonna frog this, you guys. Say goodbye to all these beautiful stitches. They're just like sand castles. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you is don't sweat it. If you have to frog stuff, it's not a big deal. Knitting and crochet is beautiful because it's so forgiving. It's okay if you have to restart over. You don't have to buy new fabric. You don't have to buy new stuff. You know, if you're doing a painting or a drawing or something, a lot of the time you have to start over with new tools and new supplies, and it can be incredibly infuriating. And you don't have to do that in this case. You can just remove what you've done and do it again. Bye, stitches. For fun, for the make-along on Wednesday. Oh, can't wait to see him. I'm not sure what would cause that. You know what causes that? My special brand of crazy sock sauce. That's what causes it. And I'm not even mad about it. Like, I was going along and I was like, woohoo, these are great. And then I was like, what's going on there? That's a little funky. So, and then as you can see, I kept going. I didn't care. I enjoy crochet for the sake of crochet, and this is such a neat stitch the way it works. I think I'm doing the stitch right, by the way. That it didn't really bother me that much. Hubby got you a portable stove instead. Practice your dyeing. One day you will have a steamer. Ooh, but you got a portable stove. That's exciting. You finished the color work on the Fossil Frenzy and you're 1.5 inches shy of the body. What the fuck? That's so exciting. Hey. This is an important question. Did any of you see Barbie this weekend? I saw it on Sunday and it was so good. I know there's a lot of anti-Barbie people in here. I get it. It's not a big deal. You should still go see this damn movie. It's amazing. It's not about Barbie. You frog sometimes just for fun. You know what, Tea Time? So do I. It is satisfying. The only time that frogging really stresses me out is if I am under some type of time crunch where something has to be done by a certain time. And then frogging, I'm like, oh my God. But generally speaking, I don't care. And I'm always so amazed with how quickly hours of work can just disappear. That's the part that gets me. Okay, so we're coming back now. Those are all our short rows. I have no freaking clue where the beginning is. I think it's right here. I mean, that looks like it would make sense. Yep, that looks right. We're gonna say that. It's right there. Give me my stitch back. Thank you. Okay. It was such a fun movie. It was. And so I'm not going to give anything away. But what I will say is that bravo to the people who marketed that movie and did the trailers for that movie, because you created a trailer and you marketed a movie that intrigued people to go see it, only knowing about 10% of what was actually happening in this damn movie. And that doesn't happen very often anymore. Normally you see a movie, what was that? You see a movie trailer anymore and you're like, this is what's happening throughout this whole entire movie. And that did not happen during this movie. Like, this movie was still full of surprise. You're like, wait a second. Is this movie about something entirely different? What's happening right now? So it was really great. I enjoyed it. We gave her confetti for that. Mm-hmm. TK got very excited, Queen of the Banshee, because he saw your name too. He's like, when was the last time she was here? It's like, it's been a hot second. And if I didn't give you confetti, here's your confetti now. Right? You had no idea what it was going to be about. All you knew was Barbie was going to the real world. The end. Temperatures are peaking here tomorrow. Yeah, that would be a great time to go into a whole theater. Hi, Jet, how are you? You have absolutely no desire to see Barbie. Nothing against the movie. It just doesn't interest you. For sure, and I get that. I do truly believe the statement that if you love Barbie, you will love this movie, and if you hate Barbie, you will love this movie. I felt like the movie was less about... It wasn't really about Barbie. Barbie was just the medium that they used to get their point across. For real, Coco. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is up with this knot that keeps coming back? Like this knot is out to get me. It's like you think you're gonna crochet today. Whatever, Stitch. Let's just get this. So I will say that knots in my yarn are my least favorite thing on earth. Knots in anything. I'm so terrible at getting them out. You're a new patron and you're so excited to join. Y'all are the best. Oh my gosh, Jet, thank you so much for your Patreon, Patreon? I don't know, for being a patron. There we go. You know what I'm trying to say. Thank you so much. Right now I'm working on a pair of socks. So we're doing a make along. If you head over to our Discord, in fact, let's do a quick little, for those of you who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, let's head on over to Discord for a second. If I can find it. There you are, you little bastard. Don't switch. Just stay where you are. And we're going to go into Summer Fall Make Along. So, every 6 months we do a make along, and it lasts for 6 months is the idea. So this year, or this 6 months make along is the Summer Fall Make Along, and it's all socks. We have 5 knit sock patterns and 5 crochet sock patterns that you can choose from to make along with us. So there's these really cool snickerdoodle socks. These are the knitted ones. You've got these little anklet socks. These are the Hobbiton socks that somebody just started. There's the flower socks that I think are beautiful. And then there's these Cthulhu socks that I will make. This will happen. I hate socks, by the way. I hate making socks. I hate wearing socks, but still. Then we have the 5 crochet patterns. So you've got these ones right here, which are really cool. They've got ribbing on them because they're done sideways. We've got some color work socks. We have some knee-high socks. These are all crochet, mind you. There are some fishnet socks, and I know that there are some people making those. And then there are the crochet socks by Alt Knots, which is the ones that I'm starting with. So that's how this works. And then you can see people have posted pictures of their socks and questions about things that are going on. It's a really great time and excuse to make a pair of socks if you've never done it before, because you've got a whole community of people who are there to help you out with it, which is really exciting and fun. Clearly, because that's what I'm doing today. And then after the 6 months, we always take a quick break for the holidays right after New Year's Eve, because it's my birthday, and so we take a week off. So when we come back, what we'll end up doing, I think we actually kind of take 2 weeks off. But anyway, when we come back, what we'll do is we will have all of our socks. People will go ahead and post pictures. We will vote on our favorite pair, and that person will win a $50 gift card to bosskittyshop.com. That's how that works. So the great thing about 6 months means there's still plenty of time for all of you to join. And you can make as many pairs of socks as you want. Seriously. It looks like an explosion of Pepto with all the pink. It does, and it's supposed to. Like, that is very, very much supposed to be the case. To the point that they're making fun of it, almost. Or it's supposed to be empowering. Really, it's just up to what you think. Let's see what I'm supposed to do here. So, heel flap. Single crochet in 27 stitches. I think I did more. I think I did 29, though, because I added stitches on this. So, 1... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Perfect. Make sure this one doesn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's correct. You had to take this craft along because you have 5 sweaters to get done by Christmas. You guys can't even see what I'm working on. I'm the worst. I'm sorry. You think it was just a good commentary on life as a female in general, especially because I'm turning 37 this Sunday and definitely feeling the aging woman thing. Roxy and I agree, but I also felt like they didn't like just shun out men either. Like there was a call out there to, you know, it can go both ways. And I thought that was really important, that, you know, one extreme is just as bad as the other. I stopped counting. Son of a bitch. Hold on one sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. It's so exciting when I count, you guys. 17, 18, 19, and 20. One more and it can drink. Woohoo! At least in the States. That's 21. If humans were meant to wear socks, and why do you have... Thank you, Coco! I hate socks. Don't wear socks. I think they're cute. I just don't like to wear socks. 22. 23. 24. And 25. 6. So close. 7. 2 more. 8. 9. There we go. There's 29 stitches, my loves. Right there in all their glory. 69, 69, 69. You are helping. Gosh, guys, you're so sweet. What would I do without all this number help, jerks? You have a pair of socks on your needles that you've been working on for 3 years. I love it. I will always bring the sock out. The sock is my pride and joy of socks, and I will never make another one like it because this sock was a nightmare. Never, ever, ever start a stream that you've never done before. Like, you know, decide you're going to do live streams and start it and decide you're going to do a knit along where you're making a crazy ass sock with so much color work in it, because you will not be able to look at the screen to try to talk to people. You won't know how to do that yet, and you're going to lose track of what the hell you're doing and you're going to cry a lot, and you will never make the second sock. It is pretty damn glorious, though. You only wear socks. I wear socks with my boots and with my tennis shoes, but I mostly wear my Birkenstocks. Oh my gosh, crochet. Seriously. Girl, me too. When I was a kid, when I was a child, a sweet little baby child. Right here, me. I don't know why it's sitting here. I hated socks. Couldn't stand them. I didn't like the seam to touch my little pinky toe. It would drive me crazy. And so I would like try to fold it over. I would try to hide it. It would take me 45 minutes to put my shoes on for school. It drove my mother insane. At one point, she kicked me out of the house without my shoes on. With my shoes in my hand, told me to figure it out on the way to the bus stop. Because I just would not put my shoes on. Tube socks didn't work. It didn't matter. I hated socks. Oh, Coco. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That is exactly how I feel. This is my pride and joy, but I'll never make the other one because it was a nightmare. It's every child ever born. You hate socks. The only time you go in is when the snow is on the ground and you're forced to wear boots. I love that we have a community full of very, 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 very crafty fiber arts people, and that we are all so passionately hateful towards socks, which is like one of the biggest things that most people in the fiber arts community create. Embrace the weird, you guys. Okay, so I've done my 29 stitches. Chain 1 and turn. So you guys are watching me. I'm chaining 1. I'm turning my work. Okay. Single crochet in each stitch across. So right here, right? That's a stitch. I'm going to single crochet right into this stitch right here. I'm doing 29 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. I'm not going to count this time. Once I get close, then we'll figure out the 29. I don't have to really count at the moment. Man, this first row though, what a bitch. You live in slippers. I'm just a barefoot gal. I have little rain boots I put on. They're my garden shoes when I go out in the garden, or my Birkenstocks. I do have some very nice slippers though too. You are very pretty toe prisons. Exactly. Mostly a hat and scarf person. I love hats, love scarves. My Hufflepuff scarf is my favorite scarf in the whole world just because I love the colors so much, and I love the way that crochet pattern turned out. Like, I made every single one of those scarves and I gifted most of them except for that one. I refused to gift it. I'm like, this is mine for life. And it's extra long. Oh my gosh, for real. You don't mind socks. You mind when they are tight around the ankles or legs, so you'd rather wear the seamless, not ankle strangling handmade ones. My nose is so itchy tonight, you guys. I don't know why. For at least 2 other people. Miss Monster, this is why we're all enamored with you. Because you love socks so much. Woobly dooblies. That is amazing. Wait a second. What is a... Let's talk about the end of socks when the stitching rubs against your toes. I call them woobly doobly. That is the sweetest, cutest thing ever. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Oh, thank you, Sierra. You too. We love you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for being a friend.
You have an obsession with infinity scarves. You don't wear a winter coat unless it's... Infinity scarves are great because they're short, right? Like, they just go around your neck and they're cozy. You don't have all that bulk going on. They're easy to store, which is nice. It's a nice, quick little project you can work on. They always look different and they add a little bit of flash of pizzazz and jazz hands to your outfit. I'm all for it. Oink. Right in the kisser. I never understood that term, right in the kisser. Do they mean the mouth? That's dumb. That's a dumb term. So, if any of you are wondering, I have started reaching out to local yarn shops to carry our yarn. I have been using your guys' list on Discord as a guide. I haven't reached out to all of them on there. It's tricky with shops that are not along the western coast because a lot of shops want to do a trunk show before they want to buy yarn from us, which is understandable. But it's much easier for me to, trek out to California, or trek out to Seattle, Washington, than it is to trek out to New York, to do a trunk show. So it is a little bit tricky, but we'll figure it out, I think. I don't know how we would do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I have started that process. So far, I've heard back from one shop in Washington that is interested in doing a trunk show with us. So keep your fingers crossed there. It's a really cute shop, too. Not Seattle. Where are they? So you ever been to a little Nitty? Super cute shop. We went there a few years ago before COVID, actually, and talked to the owner there at that point. So I reached back out and she responded pretty quickly and was like, oh my gosh, I would love to do a trunk show with you and we can talk from there. And so we're figuring out a date for that. BK in the wild. We have lots of yarn shops for you. I'm about to dump my whole sock drawer and start over with commercial ones. They have all gotten tighter from washing in the ankles. Oh no! I used to have socks, but I discovered crazy socks. Then I discovered making crazy socks. What? If in Washington sip across to Alberta, I got a shop for you. Ooh, I gotta get my passport in order to do that. You can't mention passports right now because TK gets cranky. I promised him a passport 4 years ago. I have not given him his passport yet. It was supposed to be a holiday gift. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's 30 technically. We're supposed to do 29. I think that's right. I mean, that feels right. Let's double check one more time. We're just going to count one more time. Yes, that's where it is. It's such a great little shop, too. She had, because I follow her on Instagram as well, so she has these really cool columns outside of her shop, and she keeps yarn bombing them, and some asshats keep stealing the yarn bombs. So she finally just had an artist come out and paint a yarn bomb on the column. It's beautiful. You should go check it out, you guys, on Instagram. But the dedication this woman has to her shop and making sure that that column is decorated, like, my heart. Trip to Canada would be a business trip and a tax write-off. It's not a terrible idea. I think you can still cross into Canada with an enhanced license. Nope, you have to have a passport. Have to. I remember in the 90s you didn't need a passport for Canada or Mexico. It's 104 today. Oh my god, Emily, I'm so sorry. Okay. We're gonna try this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That was the right. Okay, so I double counted somewhere is what it was. This is 29 right here. Cool. Then we're going to turn it. We're going to chain 1. And we're going to single crochet in the single crochet from the previous row. So this is where things get wonky, yeah? I don't want a single crochet in the actual crochet. I want a single crochet in the one below that, I believe. Like this. It's going to be real difficult now. And this first row is always awkward. You basically go down one row. So as far as I know, that's how I'm supposed to do this. Let me show this up close to you guys. So instead of crocheting in like this stitch right here, right? This upper one, I'm supposed to crochet in this hole right below it, right here. Boop, like that. That's the single crochet below it. So not here, but here. Not here, but here. Not here, but here. I think that's correct. That's what we're going with, at least. That is right, my loves. It is time for the second round of the wheel goodies and goof 'em ups. You've gone on a yarn buying spree. Holy hot damn crocheted hook. That's amazing. Those Christmas and July sales got you. I should do that. That is a thing I've never done. There's a border crossing passport card for Mexico. What? That's good to know. Oh, that's not going to work. Let's try that again. You know who can't win this time? Bubbles can't win because she finally won. Jet, congratulations, beginner's luck. You're our second contestant on the wheel goodies and goof 'em ups. What? Ta-da! There it is in all its glory. One beautiful wheel right there for you to oogle at. Okay, serious. So real quick, we'll go over it one more time just because Jet's new to all this and we're just going to get it out there. So we got Ravelry patterns, $5 to $10, addict animal sounds, dad jokes, free shipping, international and domestic, yarn tarot, which is very mystical, game over, merch codes. I think I hit everything real fast. Oh, and blinky rolls for free yarn. Okay, Jet, I'm going to do it. You ready? You get a Ravelry pattern for $10.
Congratulations, you're a winner!
That's correct, you are a winner. Jet, all you need to do is message me privately in Discord and let me know which pattern on Ravelry you want. It can be any pattern you can find on Ravelry that is $10 or less. It's not a Boss Kitty exclusive pattern. It's any pattern you want. So message me privately on Discord with a link to the pattern you want and let me know what your Ravelry username is so I can gift it to you. Thank you so much for being a subscriber and for being a patron as well, actually. We appreciate it. Okay, we'll see you in half an hour.
Good night and goodbye.
Yeah. You guys know what time it is? Oh, I'm a little afraid to do this tonight.
It's time to stretch.
Okay. It is stretch time, my loves, and we're going to stretch, but we're going to stretch very carefully tonight because stretching is what screwed up my shoulder last time. When I popped my neck, I'm pretty sure that was the end of everything for me. So we're just going to do some slow, tiny little shoulder rotations here. I want you to do it as hard as you can personally, but if you're in a spot like I am where you can't really go a lot, then don't go a lot. You know what's really funny is that my insurance, I have top tier insurance with the state. It's really good insurance. And at top tier, massage therapy is not covered. However, at the tier right below me, the one that has the higher deductible, the one that doesn't cover as much stuff, blah, blah, blah. At that tier, they cover massage therapy. I don't know what the fuck that's about. That is the dumbest, makes me so angry. So one thing that makes me angry with my insurance. Okay. I don't know if Kayla is or not. But it is an alt knots pattern for sure. And if I continue to have the problem with it, I haven't watched her video yet. I know she has a video for it, so I'll probably watch it here at some point in time just to see make sure I'm doing it right. And if I still have problems, then I will then I'll go ahead and just email her and see if she can help me out with it. Okay. I'm gonna extend our hand out, stretch those fingers. Leaving soon to go out for a little bit since it's hot outside. I need a good drive to cool off before I go to bed at midnight. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. I know, it's the dumbest thing ever. I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. Acupuncture is covered, chiropractic is covered, all of those things are covered, but not massage therapy, which once again I would be fine with if the tier below me didn't have massage therapy. Oh, that's really great, Emily. Yeah, I will definitely check that out then. Okay, so go ahead and just put your hand down. Look at this, I am beat up. I had a bruise. I got some scratches from the kitties and from my plants. Man. And we're just stretching the tendons in our arm right now. Just a moment to chill, hang out, you know. Ow, 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 ow. I just smacked my elbow on the table. What is wrong with me? Damn it. This is supposed to be very relaxing, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, we'll just kind of bring our wrists in. Oh, that's really funny. I'm a Kaiser girl. Always have been, actually. And then out. Like I'm shaking my own hand. And out. Gonna... Then we're going to go to the workspace, push this out, and just rotate our fingers. I don't know if it does, Tina. That's a good question. I'll have to look into that. Man, if it does, I could really use it. Just go through, we're rotating all our fingers, getting the blood flowing in there, getting some oxygen to them, blah, 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 blah. It'll go the other way. And then just shake it out. Okay. I'm gonna pet the kitty cat. So damn cute. And then we're gonna see where the heck we are in this thing. Okay, so we're doing the stitch below. Just like that. And that's fine. That's pretty easy for me to do. Like I said, I'll probably at some point in time go and watch her video. I can't watch it now because you guys won't be able to hear it. It'll be super wonky and weird, so we'll check it out for sure in a little bit. Your company's U.S. headquarters is near Chicago, so you always figured that was why. But it sounds like maybe it's not. So since I won't see you guys throughout the month of August, other than like in shorts and, you know, Discord and shit, what are your guys' August plans? Tell me all about what you plan on doing for the end of the summer. Wait, does it mean that your guys' specialists are all in Illinois as well and you're just kind of screwed? Because that would be the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Good night, Marie. Have a good drive. There we go. Getting through those little pops down below. It is a little, there's a lot of manipulation that goes on with it. Some semblance of school sleep schedule. Cross my fingers for that one. School starts next week? Oh my gosh. You know what, Marie? Here you go. Have an early happy birthday, my dear. Well, sorry we'll miss it. Your birthday's pretty close to TK's birthday. Wetting the shit out of the backyard. Tina, who's getting married? I feel like we've talked about this actually. August is hunker down and try to survive the heat month. Draka, I feel that. I gotta be honest, this has been a fairly smooth summer for us, and I know a lot of that is because of the air conditioning. I understand that that I am a lucky little stitch these days as far as that goes. Okay, so there you go. I've done all my stitches. Let's count them. We've got, did I count? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I have 29 stitches. I have the right amount of stitches. My stitch net count is correct. We're going to do our chain 1. Go ahead and go into this stitch. And we're going to knit across like we're, or crochet across like we're supposed to. And we're going to hope it works. Weeding, wetting. Oh, weeding, 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 wetting. What's the difference? I mean, that is a good question. What is the difference between weeding and wetting? They both take a ton of work, ton of energy. You cry when both of them are over. You cry during. You want to pull your hair out during. I mean, seriously. Both of them are a commitment. And at some point in time during both of them, you think, I could just spray all of this down with pesticide and things would just turn out perfectly fine. But you don't do it. Golly hell, why is it starting so early for you guys? I know, seriously, right? My birthday is this weekend. Then I have to start mentally preparing myself to start teaching again August 16th. Roxanne, here's your birthday wishes too. No, that's 100% on me. You and your husband are going to a beer and jazz festival in Mammoth Mountain near Yosemite for the first weekend of August with unlimited 4-hour beer tasting. What? I have 2 weeks of travel for work. That sounds pretty fantastic. Yeah, Pacific Northwest school schedule is generally, I would assume this includes Washington. Starts in September, like the day after Labor, or yeah, the day after Labor Day is usually when school starts back up again. I know that's been changing for places. I don't know if that's because of the heat and they're trying to, you know, let people out early before the heat starts back up again. I'm not really sure what that's about, but if I were a kid, I'd be pretty bummed if I had to start school back up before Labor Day. Oops. Boop. Both of them go smoother if you hire people to help you. Exactly. When you lived in Oklahoma, we were told it was because of crop harvest. Oh, Oh, so that the kids can help out. Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. So we're going to count again at the end of this row, just because I'm a little paranoid at this point. We're pretty close to the end of this row, too. I think there's another one right there. Okay, so let's count real quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm going to count my 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 29 stitches there. So I still have the right stitch count. We're looking good so far. Do our chain 1, and then we go into the one below, like so. And I hope I'm doing this right. This feels weird to do that. What are you gonna do, right? And then this is what it starts to look like. Someday I will have a whole sock done. It'll be amazing. What else are weddings and weeding like? Like, what other similarities are there between weddings and yard work? I guess both include flowers. You homeschool your teenagers, so you're not looking forward to next week. It's hard and you're really bad at math. You know what, though? You can turn that into a plus. Honestly, Crocheted, because if they struggle with math too, having their mom or their teacher also struggle with it, that's kind of a nice reassurance. It shows them that you're human and that they're not a failure for not being able to do something, that something's not coming easy to them. Or it goes the other way around. If they get it naturally and they see that their mom, who's their teacher, tends to struggle with math, it's kind of a boost to go, oh, I'm really good at something. That's great. That's something that I can do and maybe show her how to do, you know? So that can be used to your advantage, honestly. I don't know how you guys all keep up with math these days because math has changed so many times. So I am 40. Most of you know that at this point. I went to school during those lovely years where they decided to change math like 3 or 4 different times within a 5-year period. So we did regular math, and I'm going to call it old school regular math, right? And then we changed when I was in 5th or 6th grade. They decided to do visual math instead, where you used blocks to figure out percentages as an example. And that's great, except for that they taught us that way for 2 years. And they went, this is a shit show, we're going back to the old way. And so then they tried to go back, except for that we had 2 years where we were learning percentages a very specific way. And to this day, I cannot do percentages. I mean, I can do percentages with a calculator, sort of, to some degree. I can multiply by, 0.25 to get 25% or whatever, you're going to do. But I struggle with things like percentages. I struggle with fractions because I was taught a very specific that particular section of math a very specific way, then yanked out of that and put into a different way of doing math, but had already learned this way for this section of it. So it's difficult. And I can't imagine, because I know that now they do, is it core math or something like that? Like, it's done differently. I know the outcome is still the same, but it's done so differently that I don't know how parents are, or even teachers, are able to teach students that, because it's not the way that they were taught in any capacity. So totally tipping my hat off to you, because that is a lot right there. Back in my day, Common Core shit math. There it is. Right there. You said it, not me. My mind goes to Hobbit pipe weeding. Love it. You need to fail at laundry so someone else can do it and show me up. She has math that you never had. Exactly. Does anyone else remember? No, I don't. The broke math they do. Yep. That was still 12 years off. Your kid in 8th grade got docked for showing his work. I don't understand. Always that math happened in my head, but I had to show my work, and the fake work they wanted me to show kept changing. Yep. I enjoyed algebra. I enjoyed algebra a lot because it felt like I was doing a mystery, like I was solving a mystery with the Scooby Gang. And then tried to teach it. They broke the math and then tried to teach it. Vicky, I agree with you. Your dad had a degree in engineering, so his math understanding was a million times higher than me, and he couldn't dumb it down enough for me to understand. Lots of tears on math homework nights. Oh, bubble my heart. I loved algebra, hated geometry. My geometry teacher, number one, this is in high school, did not want to be a geometry teacher, or did not want to be a high school teacher. He wanted to be a professor of college, correct? Yeah? He refused to call us by our first names, called us all by our last names. And he's just a terrible, terrible instructor. And they wanted me to make a right triangle. And so I drew a triangle, and then I took a ruler out to make sure that my edges and my corners were the correct degrees, right? And he was like, no, you did it wrong because you didn't use your compass. I'm like, why do I need a compass for this? Like, I've given you the right type of triangle, right triangle that you want. What's the issue here? And he kept going back and forth with me. And I know I was being a brat, quite frankly, let's be honest. But I had enough. I was like, I am never in my life going to use a compass for anything. I will have to make a right triangle at some point in time, I'm sure, but there are a million other ways that I can make it. I do not need to use this thing that has a sharp edge that I poke myself with all the time because I'm a freaking klutz. I've never walked out of any particular school class except for that one. And I did. I walked out. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm gonna leave now and go get some coffee and see if I can take a different class. 15 years later, he ran for some council member position in the city government. And 3 years after that, he was arrested for public indecency because he was running around naked. I don't know why, but that's how that man's career ended. You passed all of them. Slide rule. You hated showing your work. Compasses are for... Well, that was his point. The idea being that you make a circle here, you make a circle here, you make a circle here, and then you point connect the dots and you have your triangle. I get it, but I don't want to do it that way, and I don't need to do it. It's like knitting and crochet. If I am teaching... I'm going to get on my soapbox. If I'm going to teach you how to knit, I don't care how you do it. As long as at the end of the day, you have made a knit stitch. At the end of the day, you've made a purl stitch. You know the difference between the two. If you hold your... I can't use those. If you hold your needles with your yarn in one hand so that you're doing continental knitting, good on you. If you throw your yarn because that's how you knit, did I get those backwards? I don't even remember at this point in time. Good on you. Whatever it is that you do, that's how you do it. If you knit backwards, I'll point that out to you, but if you want to continue to knit backwards and twist those stitches, that's also okay because it's going to be consistent through all of your work. Eventually, someday you should probably fix that though. I don't care as long as the outcome is consistent and a knitted piece of freaking project, then that's all that matters. I'm good. I'm sorry. We're done. I'm a little into that. Also, Queen of the Banshee, I want a t-shirt that says compasses are for circles. And I wanted to have a circle on it. And with a triangle inside of it and a big X on the triangle. 3 different ways to purl. And guess what? Bubbles, you are a successful knitter. You make beautiful stuff. Driving a golf cart drunk on the highway with his friends. Unless you're drafting, thank you. And I am not an architect. In no capacity will I ever be an architect. My buildings, they would fall like a house of cards. Actually, I think a house of cards would probably have more structure stability to them than my buildings would. But they would have really great wall color. Stackable flat rocks, but we could only count to 5, so we didn't. Oh my god, he's still going. I'm waiting for him to tell me that there were 9 planets back in his day. I think there's 9 planets again now, aren't there? No, is there more? I don't even know anymore. I don't know how many planets there are at this point. Who does? Half a second, pursuing an engineering major and drafting was the only reason, was the only class you liked. I spent half a second pursuing a nursing career, and I really enjoyed all my classes. I just could not get higher than a B in any of them, no matter how hard I tried. And so I was like, this is not for me, because you have to have perfect grades to get into nursing school. At least you did then. I think maybe that's changed. It was weird too, because there was this really, really huge shortage of nurses, of new nurses coming onto the scene, and it was because they weren't accepting people into nursing school. Like, all the nursing schools were full, and the issue was that nobody wanted to teach nursing school. They just wanted to be nurses, because nursing, as an RN, as an example, you make way more money than you do teaching people how to become a nurse. And I don't understand why they didn't just do what they do with teachers, at least here, which is, for teachers at least, if you take a grant, there's a grant you can get where you don't have to pay it back, right? But the idea is that if you take the grant and then you graduate and you become a teacher, your first 3 or 4 years as a teacher, or I think it's 5 actually, you have to teach in a low income area. So you have to teach at a low income school where they are in desperate need of good teachers. So I never understood why they didn't offer grants out for nursing. And the idea being that if you took this grant, then you were agreeing to teach for a certain amount of years right out of college, as to teach nursing, basically. I'm not really sure why they never did that. And then the idea is that if you don't do that, if you fail to do that, you have to pay that grant back. Anyway, that's just my wacky tacky idea. You had hated biochemistry in college because the professor's brain just didn't work the same way as yours. And she refused to believe that the way she explained things didn't always work for everyone. Oh, I can't stand teachers like that. People whose brain, where they can't flex and allow for the way other people think, shouldn't be teaching. Not because they're not smart, and not because there aren't people who they can teach to, but for that exact reason there. Not everybody's brain works the same way. And you have to be flexible, and you have to understand that and try to come up with multiple ways to teach something, because you won't be able to get it across to everybody if you don't. Make more than a CNA and almost as much as an... Yeah, exactly, Emily. Like, it's a joke anymore. Ugh. CNAs, yeah, they don't make anything. EMTs don't make anything either, and that drives me, that just blows my mind, because those jobs have got to be incredibly stressful. Be a public defender for 10 years and all of your students. Exactly. There's no reason not to do something. Like, give them incentive to give back to that community so that you can continue to grow. But as a society, we have such a hard time looking that far in advance. All we look at is what's right in front of us, and we see that we're giving money away. And why would we do that? That's very un-American of us. Ugh. You know what I really did like when I was taking my classes for nursing, though? I loved genetics, and I really got genetics. Like, my genetics teacher was like, you should go into this, you'd be really good at it. It just fascinated me, like the whole entire table that they do with the different types of peas. And yeah, there's, I don't know, I think genetics are really cool. You can make 17 at a fast food or 15 with an associate's degree in healthcare. That's okay. When I was working at the comic shop, I was making minimum wage, which was fine. And then I got a job at a different in an office that was super boring. It wasn't the comic book shop. I didn't love it the way I did my old job, but I made a fair amount more money. And then Portland was talking about upping their wages to $15 an hour, which I think is great. Minimum wage being $15 an hour. My boss was completely irked by that. And so they hadn't passed it yet. When I went in to get my annual review and raise with him, he offered me $15 an hour, which I was like, okay, fine, that's great. It was not minimum wage at that point. Minimum wage was still like 9 something. And he made this comment at the end of it. He's like, yeah, well, I guess now if Portland decides that they're gonna up the minimum wage to $15 an hour, at least you'll be making minimum wage. And I stopped and I was like, if they do that and you keep me at $15 an hour, I will quit my job and go back and work for the comic book store. I smiled and I got up and walked out. Like, I was like, I can't believe you just said that to me. What is wrong with you? Yeah, minimum wage is weird. And honestly, part of it also depends on the cost of living in different places. Let's see. So a 3-bedroom house in Portland. Let's just go with an apartment, right? A 2-bedroom apartment in Portland right now goes for about $2,000 a month, I think. Maybe $1,800, depending. Last I looked, it was around $2,000 a month. Right? Like, I was just like, did you just say that to me? Like, thank you for the raise, but why would you be so insulting? Let me insult you back and tell you that I don't like this job as much as I liked my old one. It's wheel time, guys. I think sometimes people forget, like, they just don't realize what they're saying to people. $13.85, and so cabinet place starting people, yeah, that's no, Elizabeth, big old no. It hasn't changed since, that's crazy. Paying under is against labor laws, big time. The prevailing minimum wage in Texas at the time. I have a friend, I don't remember where she's from, but she's from one of the states, and I don't know if they can still do this, where if you were a waiter or a waitress, they could take your tips and put that towards your wage, right? So your minimum wage could actually, your hourly wage could actually be well below minimum wage, and that's what happened to her. Which I didn't know was a thing. You can't do that in Oregon. It's a big no-no. You were not allowed to do that whatsoever. Emily, oh my gosh, congratulations. You are our final contestant of the evening on the Wheel of Goodies and Goof 'em Ups. Let's get that wheel up.
Goodbye.
And so when she went to go get a job here in Oregon, she told them, she's like, I have to make at least $3 an hour. Like, she was dead serious. I'm like, oh, sweetheart, no. You're going to be making insert whatever it was here. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, that's minimum wage. We're not allowed to pay you any less than that. I just, my brain, I'm baffled by that idea. Emily, you know the wheel. The wheel knows you. I know you guys have had a few dates from time to time. Let's see if tonight will be another successful date with you. I don't know why I'm making this into a dating game. It's creepy. Let's just spin this fucking wheel. Yeah, tip minimum wage is the most bullshit I've ever heard. Blanky roll, what?
Congratulations, you're a winner!
You are a winner. Wheel, thank you so much. We'll see you on Friday. Goodbye. Okay, Emily, you got 3 skeins to choose from. We've got some Forest Park, some Bruiser, and we've got Clockwork. These 2 are in Kitty Glitter, and this one is in BKDK. Oh, before we do this, though... Here, they tax you tips, which is so dumb. Yeah, they tax you tips here, too. In Oregon. You have to count your tips towards your taxable income. Blinky! I won't make out with the die, but... I will threaten it. There's another Blinky right over here. Let me show you. You see this? This is the other Blinky. I will use this other Blinky if you do not do the right thing. Get that 20. Let's see if this works. That's a 10. We're halfway there. That is not what you were supposed to do.
Game over.
We'll have words later. Oh my gosh. Emily, I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for being a subscriber. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. We love having you as part of in the community and as part of the Boss Kitty family. We also love our members. Once again, we have 2 different levels. We'll talk more about those in depth when we come back from our hiatus. But you can definitely see that there is a 99-cent level now and a $1.99 level. If you look in the YouTube stuff, it'll tell you what each one does, and we'll be adding to that as we go along. And shout out to our patrons. This list needs to be updated, and I will definitely get on that sooner rather than later. I think we've got at least one person that needs to be added to it. So we just want to give a quick shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you guys. You supply an extra level of support to the business and to Boss Kitty Live, and we really love you all for that. We have Fleece to Finish project shows for you guys. We have silly little videos here and there. Once we hit 75 patrons, or Littermates as we like to call them, TK is going to release some haikus, which are really awesome, and you guys will enjoy them a ton, I promise. And when we hit 100 patrons, we will let you guys vote on and create your own patron-exclusive colorway that will be available to patrons only, always and forever, on all of our bases. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot of other stuff too. You guys get early release and access to things. You get flash sales. And on Friday or Monday, we will be revealing a product that we will be releasing to patrons exclusively for the first 2 weeks. So thank you for being a patron. And if you want to join, you can go over to patreon.com/BossKitty and sign up today at any of our 3 levels. What a mouthful. You guys know what time it is? 'Cause I do.
Time to clean up.
It's time for show and tell.
Yay!
They do not separate minimum wage for food service. That's what we were talking about, is having it be lower for food service because of tips, which I think should be illegal everywhere. Okay. Let's see. Crochet. Update on the curtains. I'm 12 skeins in and still working. They are the width of a king-size bed and need to be around 4 feet long. Here are 6 skeins of the new baby tweed yarn that I bought. It's so soft, and I've got 30 of them for $20. The curtains look amazing. I can't wait to see the finished piece. And this color is gorgeous. I love a good tweed, and the sheen on this is so nice. It really makes the tweed nubs on it pop. I can't believe what a deal. 30 of them for $20. Hot damn, girl. Happy Goose Anniversary! 3 years with this wild child yarn pirate. What a good picture. Goose, happy gotcha day. Oh, my sweet little baby. Sometimes I think your kitty and our kitties would be the best of friends, and sometimes I think they would be mortal enemies. I don't know how I feel about it today, but generally speaking. M went to VT this weekend, started in Stowey and stayed at a resort and went to Ben & Jerry's, then to Brattleboro. Beautiful state. Went to school there. Looking forward to going back. I have never been. Mocha Joe's. Oh my god, coffee sounds so good. Did you find a yarn shop? Oh my gosh, you found better than a yarn shop. Look at that face. So adorable. These are pretty funny. Look, Ben & Jerry's. There's a line, you guys. Never been to Vermont. Emma, I'm making a cardigan out of one of my favorite groups' fandom in individual colors. Every day is Shiny Day. Shiny is the group. That's fantastic. What yarn are you using for this, Emma? It's beautiful. It's so squishy. I love a good squishy yarn. I'm always looking for a good squishy yarn. This is growling and hissing at other cats, so I'm not sure. That's one of Gracie's new favorite hobbies. Miss Samantha, here's a picture of me at Crooked Creek Ranch. I think that's the horse, but still. Here's a picture of my friends at Crooked Creek Ranch. Looks like a lot of fun. And here's a photo, a group photo at Crooked Creek Ranch Summer Camp. Let's see if I can spot Samantha. I think she's back here. Oh, nope, I think maybe there. Awesome. Raw, I'm making granny squares with the yarn from the box sets, and I'm not sure what the final piece is going to be. I just got a new cookbook today and some yummy freeze-dried candy. These look so great. These are with the journalist colorway, and I love how they're turning out. I never know how colors are going to pool, and these are really cool looking. These make my heart so happy. Because of all the colors, I think this was my least favorite. And now that I'm seeing it crocheted up, it might be one of my favorites. So there's that. They're fantastic. I love them, and I can't wait to see what you do with all of them. Speaking of that, just a quick update on the last of those box sets. The yarn that we ordered will be here, I think tomorrow or Friday. We'll get those suckers out the door for you guys next week. So you guys have been so patient. I really appreciate it. This looks like a great book. Who wears a bow tie when they bake? This guy. And all the freeze-dried candies look delicious. Britannia Flames, sweater number 1 of 5. You're making 5 sweaters. I love it. This is really cute too. Roxanne, I went to a shark exhibit. Got to pet a stingray and a shark. This is a picture of a life-size megalodon statue. Oh my god, they're huge. How would it even eat you? Like, you're too small for it to eat. You're like an appetizer. Because his ears move upwards. Really? Oh my gosh. Look at that face. Queen of the Banshee, never fear. I do believe that we will be bringing some of those colorways into our main mix at some point in time. Oh my gosh. Shawnee wearing a shell, looking all cute. For sure. Just the freaking cute. Just so stoic and regal. Like, you're going to go up and they're going to tell you all the wise wisdom that you need. The Fossil Frenzy tee finally done with the color work. Another inch and I'll be at the ribbing. Oh my gosh, this looks insane. I love it. I know it's kind of hard to see the actual fossils, but I think it looks really cool. Oh, that's so neat. Back to school event yesterday. My son loves Nature Cat. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love the backpack they got. Fire near our house. That's terrifying, but I'm glad you guys are safe. And, hold on. Twin XL assembled for my a twin XL bed assembled for your teenager. Congrats on that. Beds are hard to put together. Carmen, here's my progress on the Hobbiton socks. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. Also, your bag. I need your bag so bad. I got out my Halloween project bag early, as you should. It's perfect for this project. I also got a press for block printing, and it's so pretty. Oh my god, it is pretty. I love it, Carmen. Oh, that wood is gorgeous. Michi, Barbie purse, me and my daughter at the Barbie movie. Everything was pink. And last face and back scrubbies I made and gifted to my boss today. We made her a spa basket to help de-stress. I love the Barbie purse. It's perfect. And I hope you loved the movie as much as I did. You and your daughter look like you're having a great time. Oh, I'm so glad you got to take your daughter to this. Oh, those scrubbies look really nice. I've seen this pattern before. I really want to make them. I was showing them to TK the other day. Miss Monster, sock progress. Snigget socks and BK's Cat's Cradle, Laura Palmer, and Hobbiton socks and BK's Cat's Cradle, Larkspur. First sock. Oh, this is your second sock. That's right. This is gorgeous. Love it. And the Hobbiton sock is coming out beautifully. You're so damn talented. Bubbles, fun stitch on the yoke are done on my summer sorrel tee. Oh, the fun stitches on the yoke. Thor is so regal in the sunbeam. We had amazing bacon, avocado, and tomato sandwiches for dinner last night from your garden. Oh, that sorrel is just too good. I'm going to have to make one someday, Bubbles. Thor is regal. You better not forget it because he will not let you forget it. I just want to scritch his little chin. And these look delicious. I know the tomatoes came from your garden. Did the avocados come from your garden as well? Oh my god, now I want a BLT. These look like you got them at a restaurant. Okay. What a great show and tell, you guys. I love it when we've got a mix of a little bit of everything. It's just so nice. So, just a quick recap. I will be back here this Friday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time We're going to be doing our last Tour de Fleece. So we're going to catch up on all of the spinning I've done, which has not been nearly as much as I wanted it to be. I want to see what you guys have done as well. So make sure you post those because we're going to go over all of it on Friday. And then we're going to be spinning as well, of course. Next Monday is our final show before we go on hiatus for 6 weeks. We're not going to be here in August. We'll come back the second week in September. We're moving the whole entire show out into the garage where we're converting it into a studio for the show and for Craft Hole, and then also the dye studio. So we're changing the show dramatically. We're going to add a whole lot of new crafts in there. You guys are going to get some dye shows from us, which is really exciting. But never fear, we're going to have shorts for you guys during that hiatus. We're going to have community posts for you guys. We'll be active in Discord, and we will continue to produce things for our patrons as well. But make sure you're here on Monday, especially if you're a patron, because we are going to reveal to you the product that we're dropping on Tuesday, August 1st, exclusively to our patrons for the first 48 hours at 10% off, and then exclusively to our patrons for the first week and a half or two. I have to talk to TK about it. And then for the rest, moving forward after that, obviously, it'll be available to the public, and we will let you know that. So I'll see you all on Friday. Have a wonderful Thursday. What am I doing tomorrow? I think I'm watching Critical Role. It's what we usually do. So whatever you do, I hope it's a whole lot of fun. I can't wait to hear about it on Friday. Get your spinning in now because we're wrapping that up. I love you all. If I don't see you on Friday, then have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday. And until then, my loves, as always, happy crafting. Good night. I'll miss you guys too.